Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Falcons. With that, let's get over to Atlanta as we welcome in our brand new broadcast pairing for 2016. I think you'll like them. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, we certainly hope they do. We're looking forward to this year, and we begin it here in the final season opener at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. And as we look at this matchup for the Bucs, they were 6-10 a season ago. The Falcons 8-8, but remember, they got off to that really hot start.
It was a tale of two seasons for them, really. The first half of the season and the second half, they believe they can marry it up and really press for a playoff spot. When you flip it over to Tampa Bay, they haven't won a playoff game since January of 2003 when they won their Super Bowl. They think the pieces are in place as they try and get off the mat themselves.
On the return, the old reliable Devin Hester, the veteran. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the third overall pick of the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
Always knew he'd be a gym rat, very cerebral player, a guy that beats you with his mind as well as his physical attributes. But the best part, poise under pressure. He knows how to bring a team back in the fourth quarter.
They'll come out in the pistol. On first down, Ryan. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
On second down, here's Ryan. And a little floater there is incomplete. Patrick DeMarco, the fullback, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down. Here's the offense, and we talk about the tight end, Jacob Tamme.
A lot of people thought of him as simply a safety valve receiver. He can be a primary receiver. Jacob Tamme shows better athleticism than what people expect.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. On third down, Ryan. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Crowder now to return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by the #1 overall pick of these Bucs in the 2015 draft. Out of Florida State, the former Noel, Jameis Winston.
And he's always been a gym rat. He's always been a guy who just absolutely loves the game and loves everything about preparation. Watching tape, rallying teammates. He has a charisma that's just off the charts. How does he get better, though? Starting in year 2? Well, he worked on the offseason, lost weight, reconfigured his body. I think it's just a matter of continuing to take care of the football and continuing to lead his team. Because you know in Tampa Bay, they #believe in Jameis.
And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Play fake to Martin. Now Jameis. Evans has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
On second down, Martin. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down. Second down, Winston. Goes underneath to Martin. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here's Winston surveying the field. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. The NFC second leading rusher a year ago, Devontae Freeman. Had a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
I know it's a word that we tend to overuse, but Devontae Freeman can be awfully explosive with the ball in his hands.
He showed at the beginning of last year. He had 10 touchdowns the first couple months. The Falcons themselves were red hot, then sort of went down the tubes a little bit toward the end.
Yeah, their team's record and his production declined the same way, but I really like his overall game.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And a quick look at the Buccaneer defensive starters.
Joe McCoy is one of the top defensive tackles in the league. Always a threat to go to the Pro Bowl, especially because of his pass rushing ability.
Another pistol look here. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And they'll get him down right around the 16. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Now Matt Bryant, who spent 4 seasons in a Buccaneer uniform. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that's caught by Tammy. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Jacob Tammy, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
How about that, partner? A little razzle-dazzle. Fake field goal that turns into a pass and a touchdown. Fooled everyone, including us.
Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love it.
And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it's 3rd down. Now a play fake to Martin. Here's Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So the defense forces a 3-and-out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on 1st down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long. Didn't get it again on another pass. Went 3rd and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward.
Here's Hester. Oh, shifty.
Whoa.
Return team. Automatic first down.
Now Ryan on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a second down. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Atlanta in just a moment. This is the NFL, and you're watching EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. On second down, Ryan getting it out left side to Sanu. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Now Ryan on second down. The left side completion to Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. Third and long. It's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Here's Matt Bosher now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
his end zone. Winston in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. This is taken at the 18. Our eyes shift to the defense of the Buccaneers now. They did their job last go-around, forced the punt, hoping for more of that here.
They got off the field. That's exactly what they wanted to accomplish. Get off the field, turn the ball over to their offense, and kick back and enjoy a little bit of water and rest before they have to go back out there again.
Back out there now and hoping to hurry up and get more water and rest. They come up in an offset eye. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And a cutback, right sideline. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And the man who helped Florida State to a national title in 2013, Devontae Freeman, reeling off a nice run.
I remember when he came out of school and I was evaluating him for the NFL draft. I loved a lot of his game. Run it, catch it, block. But I loved how hard he played. He played every play as if it were his last. And that ran him to the Pro Bowl after the 2015 NFL season.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
How about the defense not hanging their heads from the previous play where they were beat for a big run, came back on the very next down, and made a play defensively that was to their credit.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost two there, and it's third down. Time to step aside. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. So they're behind the chains as the offense. 12 yards needed on third down. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Ryan. It's caught. Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. 38 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. So that one goes down as Matt Ryan to Julio Jones for the first time in 2016.
And it's a connection that's made often, right? He led the league in receptions. He led the league in yards. Were you surprised to see only 8 touchdowns, though?
Yeah, much lower than you would think.
I think a lot of that is because so much of the coverage is kicked to him. He's got to have a sidekick who will open things up for him a little bit more. Hard to get away when there are 2 or 3 guys around you all the time.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And the Falcons score to cap it off. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Right side caught by Jackson. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. It's a gain of 24 that time. And it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Winston toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. On 2nd down, Winston again. Goes underneath to Martin. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To the air again with Winston. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. So the Bucs forced to punt on 4th down, and on is Jake Shum to do the honors. Back deep for Atlanta, Devin Hester. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Buccaneers defense making their way back out onto the field. And maybe for them at this stage, it's sort of put up or shut up time. They need to stop trailing here.
Oh, I'm with you totally on that one. They've got to go out there now and put an end to what's been going on in this ball game where they've just given up points, gotten pushed around, so to speak, during this contest. They've got to find a way to end it right here, right now.
Can they end it? Let's find out. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man, Eric Weems. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Jones will come now in motion right. On 1st down, Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Second and 10 now. Ryan. And complete on the right side. It's Tammy. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Falcons are up right now and are looking to keep up the pressure moving forward. The Buccaneers just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Buccaneers taking control early in the first. The pass ends up being picked off. Trufant is the one who makes the pick, halting the offense's drive. Now following the pick, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. The Falcons take the early lead. Falcons have it early in the second. Alexander is going to push his way to the QB here. This will go as a loss of 10. Falcons take it at the 39. Jones is going to haul in the deep pass. And this great play will go for 6. Falcons up now by 16. So that'll bring our halftime report to a close. We'll go back now to the Georgia Dome for the start of the third quarter.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Winston gives to Martin on the draw. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And that is Allen, still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. They'll run it. Here's Martin. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's Jacob Shum now as he'll kick it away for the second time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. On the return, Hester. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with the lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just have our break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Ryan turns and gives to DeMarco.
I don't know about you, partner, but on second and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
They come up in an offset eye. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks, so you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker, and on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now it's Ryan. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it?
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep. And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. They'll get 16 yards there, and it'll give the Falcons a 1st down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Three receivers to the left, 1 to the right. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Ryan will throw again. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Again, Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. You got the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Finding time. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. A first down throw for Winston. Drops it off to Martin. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. first down. Here's the run with Martin. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They run it again with Martin. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Rashid Hageman in on the stop.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So you heard the word. This is a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defender wanted to try and get back after he had jumped, unable to do so.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. First down, Winston. Goes underneath to Martin. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Doug Martin, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. For Jameis Winston, first touchdown pass of his sophomore campaign. After such a great rookie campaign, they're expecting big things out of that guy.
And I think they'll get them. This guy is a football gym rat. All right, he's going to be there watching film, first guy in the building, last guy out at night, and absolutely captures a team. The locker room gravitates towards him, and I want to meet his nutritionist. You see how good he looks coming back for his second year? I want to hang out with him and learn how to play like he does.
Winston to throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And some room to work. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And that's why defense coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle, but if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed, plenty of open field to get after that.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. He'll get the football here. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Second down following the run. They come out here in the eye. On second down, Freeman. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a 1st down here on 3rd down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They run. Devontae Freeman able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push them back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Ryan wants to throw it. The left side completion to Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
10 yards still left on second down.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On second down, Winston again. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Again, it's Winston. Right side caught by Jackson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll go as a gain of 12, and it'll give the Bucs a first down. And quickly, they get to the line. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Jameis to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And now they're in the hurry-up. 3rd and long for Winston. He's got Evans. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Now a second down throw for, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone.